Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to I Am Your President. Now, as of last month, I didn't realize this, but the developers actually released free DLC for this game, the Prove Yourself DLC. Now here's the deal with it. It was a twist of fate that made you assume the powers of the presidency, and try to fill your predecessor's shoes. Try to overcome adversities, and take your rightful place in the history books. Now, I think Prove Yourself is literally a unguided scenario, so I think the game is just gonna kind of throw shit at us, and we gotta figure our way out. It's not gonna be as guided as the Make America Great Again. Without further ado, lads, we're gonna get into it now. If you find that you enjoy this channel, this content, or just my goofy nonsense, any and all activity you guys leave on these videos helps me out tremendously with the algorithm. Likes, dislikes, bell icon, and if you feel so inclined, subscribing would help me out tremendously, and I would appreciate the help. It was weeks before graduation when you started to feel like a failure and a fraud. Even though you were a top student of Yale Law School, had a lot of friends, and a bright future ahead, suddenly none of that mattered anymore. What am I doing here anyway, you asked yourself. One day, you've been walking aimlessly around campus for hours, when you stumble across Lisa, a friend you secretly had a crush on. Where are you going? You asked her. To see my friend's show. He's a political comedian. What's so funny about politics? You'll have to see for yourself, Lisa replied. So you went together. Hollis, that was the name of Lisa's friend, the political comedian, Redmond Hollis. I bet he's a hack, you thought. But he wasn't. In fact, his first joke got you laughing. It went like this. How did we know communism was doomed from the beginning? There was there was a lot of red flags. There you go. If con is the opposite of pro, then isn't Congress the opposite of progress? Yeah, those are actually both pretty decent, but I'm not a fan of communism, so we're just gonna go with the communist one. When you noticed the way Lisa was looking at him, you realized immediately that you don't stand a chance with her. That night, you have concluded that you might become good friends, all three of you. I muted to adjust my microphone, I'm a dumbass. I goofed, so yeah, we became friends. Of course, at the time, you had no idea that 3 decades later, Redmond Hollis will become the President of the United States, and Lisa will be his First Lady. Let alone that you'll be his Vice. Oh! It's been 2 hours since the US President Redmond Hollis and his wife Elizabeth both died in a horrible bombing incident. You'll have to deal with that and with everything else. You're the next US President. Mr. President, how are you feeling? I've been in politics for more than 25 years. I don't have feelings, only goals. How am I supposed to feel? The US President and his wife were blown to pieces by extremists, and I had to identify the bodies. Yeah, I think naturally you'd feel a little uneasy. That sounds heavy. Meanwhile, I must focus on the task at hand. Right now, I am the acting president, so I have to tell the American people what has happened. I know he was your closest friend. Some say he was also the reason why you got into politics. Yes, he inspired me in my younger days. Now I'll have to finish what he started. I'll do that with a heavy heart. We'll be right. I'm sorry, guys. We'll be I can't speak. Jesus Christ. We will be arriving in Washington shortly. Any special requests, sir? Just before we wrap things up, let's address the elephant in the room, or rather, on this plane. Did Hollis tell you anything? About what, sir? All the death threats he and Lisa were getting lately. I've been talking to him every day, and I never heard him mention this. I didn't know him that well, and I wasn't like his therapist or anything. I had no idea he was so scared of all the haters. What about the people who did it? They hated Hollis so much they put a bomb on their own kid and told him to run to the first couple's limousine. Jesus Christ! Presidents are kind of like pop stars. Some people love them. Some want to kill them with their bare hands. I don't know why. My job was to keep him safe. I'm sorry, keep him and his wife safe, but you failed. Sir, we all learn from our mistakes, and you'll never let anyone die on your watch again. You're fired, the president. Yeah. Not only was he a friend, I'm gonna terminate him. We'll get a new security agent, it's fine. Alright, so some presidents get old and die natural. I have a news. I knew this day was coming. Devastating news. I'm afraid that I have the most devastating news of our lifetime. The president and the first lady died today in a shocking terrorist attack. There you go. President Hollis was my longtime friend. So, it is a deep personal loss for me. Decades ago, we promised ourselves that we'll always do what we think is right to make the United States the best country for quality of life. I certainly won't forget about that now. Taking office after my friend's untimely passing. Thriller. There you go. During this mourning period, what comforts me the most is knowing about the respect my friend, President Hollis, earned in the United States and worldwide just for being himself. The same humble, intelligent man I met in college. You will not be able to... Yep, sure. So, politicians didn't really like that, apparently. Diplomacy went down a little, but the military and the people loved me for it, so... I'll take it. Oh, and now we're in the Oval Office. I remember you! I'm sorry that we have to meet in such sad circumstances. I know he was your friend too, Mr. Vice President. Right now it's Mr. President. I'm deeply hurt by his death, but I refuse... No. It's a tragedy what happened, but we must continue Redmond's work. Of course, sir. Let's get to it. Right. I know my predecessor managed to fulfill most of his election promises, but this whole plan to make future user-friendly is still, to put mildly, in the works. Yeah, we were stalling with that one. What do we need to do if we want to fulfill it? I remember Redmond blabbering about ethics committee in Silicon Valley. Yeah, that was a stretch even for him. What else? Making sure none of the AIs are hostile? Putting more humanists between tech bros? Or making tech bros more humane? I'm not entirely sure anymore. We must be strong politically, socially, and economically to start dreaming about making it happen. That kind of project requires close bipartisan cooperation. I mean, it is a lot. I'll try to remember that Hollis's last promise requires all of that. But before we get to it, tell me where we should start. It'd be best to start thinking just in terms of here and now. Which means... keeping our country safe and stable. Trying to stop all the chaos. Before boasting about making future user-friendly, we must make our present more bearable. Tell me more if you can. We have to be on guard at all times. Last year's riots were caused by various conspiracy theories spreading online, so we must restore calm and bring people to their senses. At all? Almost. We must also keep a close watch on the growing strength of China and Russia. Their armies, spies, drones, supercomputers, and AIs, which I'll fix that real quick. If you guys saw my stream, oh, you know I got a little bit of an itchy trigger finger. Let's focus on our country. We should be thinking globally. Conspiracy theories are just a tiny percent. Yes. Military spending is rising once again. Oh boy, our president just informed the media that in his opinion, external threats including cyber attacks are the most complex challenge for the United States right now. So with that in mind, he'll promise to increase military budget by $200 billion. What can I say? To paraphrase what some French lady once said, let them bite the bullets. Prove yourself, okay. And we got mail. Go to the president. Oh, let's see. Mr. President, it's good to have you here in these dark times. I'm sure you must be worried about all the hate mail President Hollis was getting. Good news is we managed to deal with it. Bad news, we were obviously terribly too late. That broke my heart a bit. Well, more than a bit. I just hope this is the beginning of a long, fruitful cooperation. If there's anything I can do to help, don't be afraid to ask. Let's go easy. Please don't blame yourself. No, okay. Not your fault. The White House presidential correspondence could have done more. I will fire 1/3 of your staff and save some money. Voters like things like that. You'll pick the names. You and your office failed both the United States and its president. I'll fire you on half your staff. Strike. Oh God. Let's take it easy. Let's breathe. All right. There was goofs on everyone's parts. Let's be nice. Take it easy. We don't want to pull a Stalin and just start running around burning people. All right, it's a new day and we have somebody at the door. Is it our advice? Oh, it's this guy again. Hey, so long time no see. Sir, it's nice to see you've made yourself at home here. How are you? I've been better, I guess. I still have trouble getting over Redmond Lisa's gruesome death. I've known them for years. Sorry to hear that, Mr. President. What I'm about to say will make you even sadder. Are you familiar with the gossip blog from Basement on the Hill? No, I'm not interested in gossip, really. I get it. It's one of the most popular gossip blogs lately, with over 2 million followers. I'm not sure what this has to do with me. I'm getting there, sir. You probably won't even believe what I tell you, so... I'll just say it already. From a Basement on the Hill wants to run a story on your romantic relationship with Hollis. Mr. or Mrs. I'm not entirely sure. We had no relationship, so there's nothing to write about. We're all just friends, and that's it. I know, right? But they're going to publish something. Do you know what we should do? I'll just be a pack of lies, I'm sure. Can we stop the public? Yeah, it's not going to do anything. Wow. The famous LA-based gossip from Basement on the Hill has just published a story about a supposed affair between the U.S. president and his predecessor. Oh my God. The late President Redmond Hill Hollis. Oh God. The article says that the two of them got a little too cozy during their trip to Europe shortly after graduation, and they had this secret relationship until Hollis became president. There's no word about Elizabeth being on this trip, even though we all know Redmond and his future wife got engaged in the same year. They sound like gibberish to you, but I'm sure it's the biggest pile of clickbait bullshit I've ever read in the last decade. At the very least, they know it's bull. Your poor old Mulder. Okay. Proud but disappointed? Excuse me? Well, screw you, Mom. Proud that I'm sorry, disappointed but proud that I'm president. Like, get the hell out of here. Son, I'm very proud you're the new U.S. president. All my friends and neighbors started to call their kids to tell them what a failure they are compared to you. But what makes me hurt the most is that you didn't even return my calls anymore. Did I raise a cold-hearted man? Is it my fault? You're just like your father. When was the last time you put flowers on his grave? By the way, months, I believe. Can I reply and just be like, screw you, Mom? Mom, I'll call you next week. I swear, just don't push me too hard. Mom, I'm the U.S. president. I don't have time for you, nor my dead dad. You two made me insane, and now there's an insane person in the White House with a red button with an easy reach. Are you proud of yourself? I didn't call, but I miss you dearly. I have too much on my plate right now. I'll try to come over. We'll go soft. I'll be a good son. Though that nuclear threat was great. Okay, son, I'll make your favorite pasta. Okay, there we go. Mom is good. Okay. Alright, so nobody's mad at me yet. Concerned citizen, did you know? Mr. President, I love numbers. I think numbers show us things more clearly than any human will ever do. Just look at these right here. 1 in 4 Americans say they've tried at least one psychedelic drug. I know, I have, by the way. Oh, good old college days. 1 in 5 Americans has had family members killed in a gun violence. Still miss you, Dad. 1 in 10 Americans reports having depression. What are the odds, right? 1 in 3 Americans believe violence against the government is sometimes justified. In this sad, cruel world, you have to believe in something. Uh-huh. Okay. Interesting. Who the hell are you? Oh. I wasn't expecting you here today. Something wrong? I'm here to discuss urgent matters regarding another UAP sighting in Michigan. Okay. What's that? Unidentified aerial phenomena. I'm sure this term rings a bell. In earlier reports, some were calling them UFOs, unidentified flying objects. Oh, God. Uh-huh, I get it. Please continue. We're still determining what it is, but we need to react. Even if that object doesn't pose a military threat, it could be hazard to civilian aviation. I agree, we don't want people to get hurt. Now, what do you suggest we do? We can shoot it down, leave it alone, or intercept it, and then try to bring it safely to the ground. It's your call, sir. Try to intercept it. I mean, why not? Maybe there's something alive inside it. I don't want to kill it. I don't care if it's a spy from Russia or China or even an alien life form. Just try to intercept it and make sure it lands safely. Oh boy. Last night in Michigan, numerous witnesses saw an unidentified object flying over Hubbard Lake, heading east. Some describe it as a big metallic orb, while others claim they definitely saw a Made in China label on its side. White House National Security spokesman clarified that indeed an unidentified object had violated U.S. airspace, but didn't pose any threat to the American people. That object was safely brought down somewhere north of Tawa City. And then it turned out that the inside of it was a living person. And it was none other than Robin Mading, one of the One of the richest people in China, famous for his very small body with a disproportionately big head. I feel like I know who they're trying to make fun of. We're not entirely sure where he was transported, but it's safe to assume he'll be a valuable source of information for our intelligence agency. He could also give our industry that much needed push. Or he'll probably just go home because, he did violate airspace, so he'd technically break international law, I'd say. Hey, what's up, buddy? Mr. President, maybe I shouldn't rush things, but on the other hand, alright, come on, spit it out. I think it's time for you to become at POTUS on Screecher. Alright, if I have to, still it feels like an attempt to fill the president's shoes. You don't need to pretend like you're some online crusader like him. Just write what you think. You're right. There's no reason to bury my head in the sand. And even supporters will support me as well. Exactly. Just remember that Screecher is embroiled in a lot of chaos lately. This new CEO, Roland Stein Jr., stirs up mixed feelings. Interesting. Whose side is he on? He's on nobody's side but his own. Ow. So this is it. Then our big day. It is. Should I start my screeching career with a joke or a meme? It is a possibility. I want to do this right. But I don't want to come off as the guy who said, "How do you do, fellow kids?" to people 40 years younger than him. Oh my god, yes. Do as you please, Mr. President. There's a lot of issues to screech about. Many jokes and memes will leave people speechless or offended, or both. I'll be serious. I want to make sure... I want to make some comments on essential matters. President Hollis was the funny guy. I'm not him. Oh, that was a good option. Alright, so am I going to screech? To keep the hostile superpowers at bay, we must build strong relations with all of our allies over the globe. Absolutely! Who? What? Why? I'm from Russia. I'm not gonna bomb you. Can he swear? What? Is he promising me with... Okay. Wise words, Mr. President. Allie, he won't... Wait, he won't do Sally. What the hell? He's not great, not terrible, but he's no Hollis, that's for sure. He's not funny, not smart, not handsome. I know we both work for him, but come on, I wish I had a president that I'm not ashamed of. What? Well, who's this? Why are you sending me something like this? Smart enough to trace you down, Allie. Well, I'm not smart nor handsome, but I guess I'm fine enough to not be mad about this. Still was a little bit cruel. Let's see what they say. Sorry, sir. I meant to send it to my friend Sally. Uh-huh. Friendly advisor. Some dirt. Hello, we don't know each other yet. Here's a tip for you. You need to dig up some dirt on any high-profile Silicon Valley executives, feel free to get back to me. I know a lot. I went to some events and took pictures. I'm sure you know how this works. You help me, I help you. Alright, talk to you later. Interesting. Good day to you, Mr. President. Well, hello, what brings you by? It's pretty clear I'm here to talk about the deplorable state of the U.S. infrastructure. Is there some briefing I'm unaware of? The deplorable state of U.S. infrastructure? Wow. What can I tell you? It is that bad. Okay, but why? Last year, we had zero chance to pass a bipartisan infrastructure proposal due to a prolonged tribal war between Democrats and Republicans. What else is new? And President Hollis did nothing to contain them. Let's see. So, either way, this... Okay. What chance do we have now? Better than last year. But now we need to spend less. So, $1 trillion bill Hollis planned to... I'm sorry. So, $1 trillion bill Hollis planned is no longer an option. Half of that at best. So, we give up on whatever we have to give. Wait, what? So, we give up whatever we have to give up. Yeah, that's life. Let's see what we can do with what we have. We either focus on repairing roads and bridges or spend money on something more modern and environmental friendly, like hydrogen fuel-based trains, drone buses, etc. Before we look to the future, let's repair the foundations of our transportation system first. Yeah, I think that's more viable. Good call, sir. Anything else? Yeah, we should hold a press conference to clarify my position on this. There we go, we're starting to get up there. We will rebuild this country, we will make it great again. And then maybe I'll start a few wars. Mr. President, you've just unveiled your ambitious infrastructure plan. Why now? Our roads and bridges are literally crumbling. But it isn't... Okay, where is it? Alright. You really believe this will pass through Congress? I can go either way. What's next? Carriages and mules? Still more eco-friendly than planes. Conservatives did that. Yep. What about all the environmentally friendly infrastructure? We'll think about it in a year or two. See, people like those answers. Even though I was mumbling to myself, people like those answers. See, I could be president. Minus the nuclear war, but we're not going to talk about that. Secretary of Treasury trip to Davos. Mr. President, World Economic Forum annual meeting is just around the corner. The theme of this year's meeting is challenges of the president in our chaotic, deeply fragmented world, which aims to address the pressing issues humanity is facing at the moment. My question is, do you want to go to Davos and participate in the meeting, sir? Sure, let's go. Hello, person! Mr. President, I'm afraid I have some terrible news regarding what is currently happening on the Finnish-Russian border. Ah, shit. Sounds grim. What are we dealing with? Russia started gathering troops, tanks, and armored vehicles near the border. Let's see. This may be, prevent both. Right. Wars are no longer won by having more troops and tanks. It's the 21st century, and the Russian president is acting like he never played Call of Battlefield. Why does he do that? He wants to show people he can return the Russian Empire from the dead. So, he's trying to create something like the Grand Duchy of Finland. Who knows? Should we try to scare him off or treat it lightly as a joke? Up to you, sir. I can only give some advice. What about the president? I remember we had problems with the Ruskies last time when we were streaming. Alright, maybe a little payback this time. Wait, didn't I want to invade Russia the last time? I will be correcting the mistakes of the past. He is what they call a tough player. Both parents died. Who knows when... I'm sorry, who knows when? Raised by KGB, he sees himself as the new, better Stalin. Hard to tell what he's capable of. Alright, I think I know what we should do. Alright, tell me about the Russian army. How are they looking? It's seen better days. I'm sure of that. Both corruption and incompetence among high-ranking military officials weaken it. What else? Their numbers look decent, but not when compared to ours, let alone NATO's. Their army is obviously bigger and stronger than Finnish defense forces, but what does that have to do with anything? Okay, I think I know what to do now. Let's fight fire with fire. Let's see, we'll make sure it's what's coming to them. We should express our support to Finland's Screecher. If Russia invades Finland, we'll try to give some covert. No! Nothing is happening in the play. We have enough problems. Yes. Russian President Boris Nupangadi killed in car crash. Oops! Russian President Boris Nupangadi and his son were killed outside Moscow when their car crashed into a tree last night. President's driver was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. The news comes just days after the Russian army gathered troops, tanks, and armored vehicles near the Finnish border. We all ask ourselves, what will happen next? The crisis of power in Russia or the escalation of a Russian-Finnish conflict? Just gives me an excuse to use nukes! White House Press Secretary, erratic trading. So the stock market started behaving more erratically than usual. This is mainly connected with the situation on the Russian-Finnish border, which is understandable. But we should calm the market down a bit. Yeah, let's calm that down just a little bit. If people are losing their shit and just buying and trading willy-nilly, maybe relaxing a little bit would be okay. Mr. President, I'm here to talk about something stupid and dangerous. Well, you just described life itself. Please continue. No, I'm talking about the Screecher CEO. Roland Stein Jr., he just screeched, cheers Russian army with a picture of him drinking Finlandian vodka. Anti-American or something? I mean, he's 100% pro-Russian, right? He wants to be anti-American so hard that he comes off as a pro-Russian. But doesn't even know that because he's a moron. But is it important? I mean, should we take a stand? I mean, he's just a guy running a social media site. How much damage can one person do? Haha! Funny, you should say that. Yes, he's just one guy, but on the other hand, we should take a stand. Why? Because we all use Screecher every day. The CEO of this platform has millions of fans all over the globe. Makes fun of our friends and allies, whose lives are in danger. It's more than just a joke. We must react. Can I just not? Or... I already sent more than 500 million weapons, not to mention, but if I have to retake a stand, alright, I'll do it. Good call. Maintaining world peace should be our top priority right now. Okay, I'll keep helping Finland with weapons and money. At the same time, I'll try to obliterate Screecher CO. Finland is safe for now. We'll send them some weapons and, of course, bleh. As for the Screecher CEO, I'll email him. I don't want to embarrass him on this platform. You know what? He's anti-American. Screw him. We're gonna make fun of him. Make him look like an idiot. Let's see. When our friends in Finland are scared, Screecher CEO gets drunk and salutes the enemy army. What a waste of sperm. Oh, God. If it weren't for crypto from Russia, Roland Stein would be eating roadkill's ass to stay alive. Who brought you that bottle, kid? Was it nothing? Okay. No one who's drinking vodka. Did you know his father had an affair with Roland Stein Jr.'s first wife? No. Roland Stein. Sorry about that. I had a cough. I'm gonna go with kill shot. Did he use the S word? I'm offended. Wow. Balls of steel, sir. Absolutely. I don't just carry a big stick, I got a couple of big balls to go with them. Secretary of Treasury, too many Ponzi's. Mr. President, I'm saddened to report that more and more celebrities are promoting risky, unregulated virtual assets. What else is new? Such as cryptocurrencies or NFTs. People who trust them start to invest in these assets and lose a lot of money. Shouldn't we be doing something about it? Well, I'm not entirely sure about that. I believe the best protection against fraud is to use your brain. Maybe I should express my concerns on Screecher. Yeah. I mean, listen, if you're going to be stupid and go ahead and make a goof, let's see. Oh my god. Be careful when you invest your hard-earned money, please. Losing your life savings on some shit coin endorsed by random half-brained. But celebrities are lying scumbags. Their pyramid schemes make Ponzi blush. I blame God for all these idiots and their half-assed Ponzi schemes. He had made them in his own image. I'm kind of feeling this one. Sir, are you okay? His account was hacked. He's 100% right, you guys. I mean, am I wrong though? Sir, I'm well aware that the world affairs are fragile enough as it is, but we also need to deal with another crisis in our country. Alright, what is it this time? Do I have to worry? Definitely. There's a nationwide artist strike. Eh? What do they want? More money? Better healthcare? It's about AI taking their jobs. I'm not sure I understand. With all these AI chatbots and systems that can create art from scratch in a matter of seconds, taking the world by storm, many people are afraid they'll become obsolete. But only artists protest? Artists who fight the void on a daily basis and feel obsolete by default are simply furious that this is all happening so fast. And they think we should do what? Ban AI? Stop the technological process? Digitalization? Are they just overreacting or really losing their jobs? I'm gonna ask this one. Let's see what happens. Some games and movies already replace human actors with AI-generated cardboard cutouts. Hey! What do you know? What do you know? We're kind of doing something like that now. That's horrible. Miracle of art. The miracle of artificial life. Who in their right mind would do that? That's just horrible. I'm gonna goof. I want to be a goof. It's just the tip of the iceberg, AI. Is generally novels, essays, and comics as we speak. We're on the verge of breakthrough, I'm sure of that. Harrowing stuff. If I won't do something tomorrow, I can be replaced by some presidential chatbot surrounded by fake cardboard advisors. Enough is enough. Alright, fine, we'll make it into law. I mean, the industry ain't happy about that, but the people are. The authority vested in me as president, but okay, we already did that. American people should no longer live in constant fear of losing their jobs to a machine or a bot controlled by some artificial intelligence. From now on, all US-based artificial intelligence companies will be required to implement the principles of ethics, transparency, and accountability in their daily work. The growth of artificial intelligence should be all about helping people, not taking their jobs and draining their life of any meaning. And as you guys know, I must give this my presidential penis of approval. Ain't it big? I guess a former president would say, it's huge. Alright, ladies and gents, but that is where we're going to leave this one for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. As always, if you enjoy this channel, this content, or just my goofy, wacky nonsense, any and all engagements you guys leave on these videos helps me out tremendously with the algorithm. Likes, dislikes, bell icon, and subscribing if you feel so inclined would help me out tremendously with the algorithm, and I really do appreciate it. If you want to come hang out with me, link in the description below for our Discord, where we do little community events. We'll hang out, we'll chat, we'll game, and if you just want to come pop in and ask me a question or just hang out and chat, feel free to join. I'll see you guys around the next one. Thank you everyone so much. Love you all. Have a fantastic night. See you on the next one.